we are always talking about the importance of sunscreen to protect you, but last year, a Massachusetts man's body caught on fire after he sprayed it on his skin.
Take a look at these pictures. He used Banana Boat Sport Performance Spray as his sunscreen, and then he started grilling. He says the flames spread up his arm and over his body. His friends helped to put out those flames. This morning we're taking a look at why that happened and what you need to do to protect your family come this summer. Jesse Miller joining us again from the University of Illinois. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are we? So even more.
You look like you're ready to grill out.
I am ready to grill. I'm ready to grill and do a little sunbathing.
Well,
that guy had some
with
super
the banana boat,
serious burns.
Well, they were second-degree burns.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't. I didn't see any third-degree burns on there, but they are second-degree burns, and I'm sure they were very painful. You know, it'd suck. This is the same. Well, that was SPF 50, but this is basically the same stuff. I went and bought last night at someplace, and
at a store.
At a store near you. Now, there isn't anything particularly dangerous about this product. I mean, it wasn't just that it was Banana Boat, and there's something different about their product than there is about anything else. It has to do with the fact that it's a continuous spray product. And any time that you have aerosols, okay, or you have a continuous spray, other than the pumps that works from air pressure. But something like this, you have to have a propellant. Well, that propellant happens to be ethanol, okay, and isobutane in this case. Most likely, forensically, if you want to go back through it, what this guy had just sprayed it on his body, and then he went up to the grill. He was covered in fumes because it takes a while for this stuff to dry. So you spray it, right, and then it's still wet, and as the ethanol evaporates off,
sure,
then after that, then it's dry. But during that time, you're going to have this little plume of highly flammable ethanol. I mean, if you want to see exactly how flammable this is.
You do this with your hand, you just...
Oh, gosh.
Okay, I mean, it's pretty, it's pretty flammable. So what this guy did is he sprayed himself, which, he got in the sun, he didn't have a shirt on or whatever, and then went up to the grill and he was just covered with basically a plume of a bubble of ethanol and, butane fumes. And of course, your grill is certainly hot enough.
Sure.
And I think it wasn't a gas grill. I believe if I looked at the story right, that it was a charcoal. So if he did say something about stirring the charcoal, an ember could have come up, hit him, whatever else like that, and it just boof. And, ethanol burns fairly low temperature, but it's certainly enough to burn your skin. And I've done that before where I've put ethanol in my hand and caught my hand on fire, but then I put it out really fast.
So you just sprayed that sunscreen on your hand, what, about a minute ago maybe? Would you think it's dry enough now? I'm not suggesting you try to set it on fire, but...
I am, I think.
They recommend... They recommend about 2-3 minutes, depending, of course, how warm it is and what the evaporation rate is. But yeah, you're certainly not going to spray yourself and then just walk right into a furnace. Okay, you're going to give it time to dry and get those fumes away from it.
Right.
And I think that was his big mistake, and that's probably why he didn't sue. Okay, he did say that he wanted to make people aware,
Well, it does say on the back, right? It says caution that it's flammable, but I think his point was that it didn't say
after it's on your body, it's
how long you should wait.
And it still really doesn't.
Changed.
It still doesn't. It says it's flammable and don't puncture, incinerate, blah, blah, blah. Do not use in the presence of flame or spark. Keep away from sources of ignition. Okay, that's been the same forever. Now, it doesn't specifically say, well, you know what, in today's litigious society that we live in, they have to actually put on a can of pork and beans to open it before you put it on the heat, because if it doesn't say that, then people might actually do that. It seems common sense to me, but, I think that the warning is probably sufficient enough. It's just, it was a kind of a freak occurrence.
I can see myself making the same mistake, to be honest with you.
But I think there was also there's a lot of things that, it was, a perfect storm.
Right.
In the sense. If he'd done it twice in a row exactly the same way, would he burst into flame? Exactly. Yeah. Maybe not. But that's why. This stuff is flammable. The propellant and the solvent is flammable. Once it's dry, it's fine.
You're good to go.
Right.
All right.
Jesse Miller.
Thanks for explaining that to us. We appreciate it. Coming up at 7 o'clock, we're talking bug spray.
That's right. Insect repellent.
How to keep those pests away.
What works, what doesn't work. We'll see.
Very good. We have a morning show coming up right after this.